All of these people are teaching these young girls how to act and behave. So they're becoming confrontational. It's like that's the newest, coolest thing. You can look online and watch girls fist fighting for days and not watch the same one.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is amazing. It's a shame. And I try to be objective about when I have a strong opinion about something. I'm trying my best not to be the old man that I hated when I was a kid. Yeah. And sometimes I think I am, but I don't think I am, because I was thinking back about when I was this age, and I wondered, and I examined myself, and I examined and remembered the girls that were in my life at that time. And girls at that time, they weren't trying to present themselves as a sex object. They were trying to present themselves as a good, wholesome girl, because those were the girls that got married.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And so that's what they wanted. They wanted to get married. Not that they didn't want careers, but they wanted to get married and have a family. And of course, they wanted careers too. And they had that, and they have that, and they continue to have that, and they should. But they didn't present themselves as objects. They steered as far away from that label as possible, because it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. And what I want to know is, where's the outrage?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid growing up, I was hearing women talk about women's liberation and women's rights, and that was on the forefront of conversation, just like African Americans wanting to be able to vote. All of these social issues were all on the forefront. And now, they still use the word social in social media, so these are still social issues. So I want to know, where are the ladies, where are the men? And I'm one of them, because I'm standing up right now. But where is the outrage? Where is the condemnation of this kind of behavior? Because these people are teaching our children and our grandchildren how to behave. These reality TV stars are teaching our children how to treat each other.
Yeah, but it seems like there's a gap between the sexual acts and all that, and with the women, and then the professional woman that's going after jobs and all this kind of thing.
Well, yeah, it's never all inclusive. It never is. There's never all good people. There's never all bad people. But when it becomes a social norm, that's when you have to stand up and take a stand, even if you're the minority, which I kind of feel like I might be, because I know there's a lot of people saying, they're just being kids, man. You wanted sex when you were a kid. Yeah, of course I did. That's normal human behavior to grow up. Your testosterone's going, yeah, you want it. But women had a say-so. And now, yeah, they have a say-so, but they're making it real clear the say-so is yes.
How come these political women that have really achieved, and doctors, women in medical and stuff, how come they're not up in arms about the Kardashians and the women that are their age? And
that's my question.
And still being like little kids.
So many, I say so many.
Or like young teenagers.
I'm guessing, and I could be wrong because I'm not sure, but I bet you Kim Kardashian has had a photo taken with a congressperson, a senator, or somebody like that. And female, I mean. And so, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Where is the outrage? Where is the uproar? Women should be up in arms about this, because, it's their daughters that are seeing this. It's their daughters that are going to grow up and, turn around backwards and shake their butts at some young guy who, has testosterone flowing through him like sap through a tree.
Right. Or these housewives that are all in competition with each other and trying to, who can have the biggest set of this or that, and it's just
that's where they find their beauty.
Yeah,
it's all physical.
It's nothing to do with how they're really care about their husbands and really, what kind of housewife they are or anything like that. It's just.
There was a conversation, and I'm not going to mention any kind of names about who it was or wasn't, but and I knew all three of these women, and two of them, and it was just, and I know that they were just talking. It was girl talk, and I don't think anybody was upset, but one of them referred to her husband as her baby's daddy. Are you kidding? How disrespectful.
Well, I just said housewife, too, and that's probably a real bad thing to say, too.
Yeah, housewives. That's a degrading term now, man.
Yeah.
You don't call no woman no housewife.
Yeah, it's bad. That's why, they have the right, to be working and whatever and equal right and all that. But still,
They don't think it could happen to their children. All right, I just got a message. Ruth said our phone, our stuff's cutting in and out, so hopefully it won't continue to do that. But anyway, you know what's sad to me, Bob?
Yes.
Is
no.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to get any better. At least not in my lifetime. Which is, it's not that long, 20, maybe another 100 years or so. But I don't see it getting any better. I see it only getting worse because new singers, when they come up, they're going to be like Ziggy Azalea, Iggy, whatever her name is.
Well, they've gone to almost to the nudity. Maybe clothes will be
the
latest thing.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's probably that's probably coming down the road. Let's see.
And another thing I'm thinking too is where they go to these cities is I'm thinking that the cities get upset, but yet their hotels are full, their restaurants are full.
Right.
All this stuff
out there in Florida, right?
In Florida,
yeah.
I don't care, Florida, Texas, where all these spring breakers go.
Well, I just heard the cops talking. We don't know how to handle this. We're trying to get a grip. We ain't got so many officers. Then they were asked the question, well, why don't you outlaw alcohol on the beach? Oh, no, we can't do that. Oh.
Yeah. Like Fort Lauderdale years ago made them go away. And then they lost their shirt.
Yeah.
Because they lost all these millions of dollars. And they tried to get them to come back, and they like, well, I don't know if they ever got them to come back or not. But
it's it's like a domino effect. It all comes around money and stuff like that. I remember when the word bitch used to be as bad to women as the N-word is to African Americans.
Yeah.
You call a woman a bitch? Oh my gosh. And even it wasn't too awful long ago that people were complaining about the rappers using that word.
Mm-hmm.
Now women are doing it themselves.
Yeah.
Bitch better have my money. I couldn't believe that when I heard it. My wife and I were sitting in here, our jaws were on the floor. I got dog hair all in my mouth. It was terrible. Here's the thing that and I hope I am so wrong. I really do. But I have a sense in my heart that as this perpetuates, as this gets worse and worse, because it's going to, women are going to get more and more, they're going to objectify themselves more and more, and of course men are going to react the way men do, and they're going to they're going to go for it, and they're going to take the lead. They're going to take the reins and run with them. You know, so as the women say, objectify me, men say, okay, if that's what you want, that's what you're going to get. And then they're going to objectify them. And then with that, you know what's going to come? An increase in rape, an increase in violence to women, an increase in verbal abuse and mental abuse. And there's going to be a large increase of men thinking of women as lesser creatures. So they're all those things come with that.
Yeah, because it's cool and they're numb to it. So
yeah, and they're men.
Yeah.
What's a woman going to do about it?
They're singing about it. I guess they all want it.
And the sad part is men aren't teaching that to their sons anymore.
Yeah.
Some are. You know, it's never. It never is everybody. Some still are. But for the most part, most men are not teaching their sons to disrespect, devalue, and degrade women. You know who's teaching them? Women themselves. Young women, I'm talking. Okay? I'm talking these young entertainers are the role models. These young reality stars are the role models of 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 5 years. So if they start listening that young, they're going to listen and watch these programs for 5 years. That's all it takes to form their brain, because that's the age that these young girls and young boys' brains are being molded. So the girls are teaching the boys, hey, objectify me. I'm a sexual being. I'm a sexual object. I'm going to have my breasts augmented. I'm going to have my lips. That's one of the new things, is having your lips puffed out like a fish or something. I don't know. It's all about external. And I understand that external beauty is a wonderful thing. You know, we look at flowers and we look at their external beauty. But people are more than flowers, and they have more beauty than their external. And for some reason, young girls and young boys are learning, being taught that the only beauty that counts is what you can see.
Yeah, I mean, they're even making Barbie dolls sexier, and stuff. I mean,
yeah.
it's
I mean, there are counter shows, there's counter things going on, but there's not near enough. We have this social media called Facebook. I don't see the outrage on Facebook about it. I see like when women are fighting against breast cancer, I see pink everywhere. And so, you know what that does? That keeps me in a constant state of thought about breast cancer. So I'm sensitive to that. And there's other examples of that. So where's the pink? Where's the blue? Where's the yellow to remind me that women are objectifying themselves? Let's help them to find value in themselves other than what's on the outside. Let's teach them to respect themselves, to value themselves on the inside, because that's where their value is.
Yeah, for their mind, their personality, for who they are to be with. That's and for being a parent to their children. Yeah, exactly.
They need to be able to teach that to their children. And right now, all they can do is teach them the bump and grind. I say they, and of course, I'm not talking about all women. I never am. I'm never talking about an entire group of people. But, that's my deal. That's the way I feel about it. And So I just say, man, please, ladies, please,